Hey, how y'all doing? Come on up here, man. Y'all hold score, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my God! Let's go! Working on the red light! And the red light! On the red light! On the red
The internet didn't see it coming. One minute, everything looked calm on the surface, just another day of captions, performances, and carefully filtered smiles. And then out of nowhere, the silence cracked. Not with a diss track, not with a shady tweet, but with a few raw, unexpected words that changed everything. When GloRilla finally spoke up, it wasn't loud, but it hit like a thunderclap. And that's when people noticed something was very wrong with Yo Gotti.
Music mogul Yo Gotti have quietly gone their separate ways, Brad. They say Angela felt like, honey, she was putting in more effort than she was getting back, honey. Now, they're saying Yo Gotti's schedule was non-stop, studios, business, appearances, and she started y'all feeling like she wasn't a priority. And when a woman don't feel like she's a priority, she...
Because this wasn't just a breakup story. This wasn't just another rapper and rising star situation gone cold. This felt personal, messy, emotional. The kind of fallout you can't hide behind money, power, or a label logo. Fans started replaying old interviews, zooming in on body language, reading captions like they were secret codes. And suddenly, all those moments that once looked like love started to feel like warning signs. Yo Gotti had built an image of control, calm, calculated, a boss who never let emotions slip in public. But when GloRilla revealed why she really walked away, that image cracked. And what spilled out wasn't just anger, it was panic. Because what nobody expected was that the truth would make him look exposed, not powerful. And once the door opened, there was no closing it again.
I can't even imagine what my little boy's gonna look like at 8.
Isn't that crazy?
But obviously, you've been a single mom for a long time. I'm a single mom. What has that journey been like for you? And I'm sorry for the passing of your son's father. I know that was terrible.
Very hard. It was, honestly, I didn't see that coming. Obviously, even with me and his dad separated, it was just like, I never thought that could be me. It was a really hard thing to go through. I didn't even know how to process it. Like, soon as everything happened, I honestly went to therapy the day, 2 days after it happened, because I was like, I don't know how to process this. My son's name is his father's name, and I just never knew that would be me. I mean, his father's side of the family is absolutely supportive and amazing. And so that helps. And my family's so amazing. So that helped me a lot. So I've leaned into family a lot, and that has been helpful for me. But I never thought I'd be a single mom. I'm like, you have a kid to think this is what it's gonna be. And this is how, in your head, it's gotta be perfect. Never say never.
Long before the drama, before the whispers and the side eyes, GloRilla was just a girl from Memphis with hunger in her chest and fire in her voice. She wasn't born into privilege. Nothing was handed to her. She came up grinding, recording music with limited resources, pushing her sound online, praying someone would hear her. Her story was raw, and that's why people connected. She sounded like real life, like struggle, like the streets telling their truth. And then came Yo Gotti, a hometown hero, a Memphis legend, a man who'd already climbed the mountain and planted his flag at the top. When he signed GloRilla to CMG Records, it felt like destiny. Memphis supporting Memphis, the big homie putting on the next generation. Fans celebrated it like a win for the whole city. At first, everything looked perfect. Yo Gotti praised her talent, called her a star, put her front and center. GloRilla blew up fast. Hits, performances, interviews, award shows. Her confidence grew, her presence got louder, and her name started ringing in rooms that once ignored her. On the outside, it looked like a dream partnership, mentor and protege, boss and rising queen. But behind the scenes, things weren't as glossy. Power doesn't always show its ugly side right away. Sometimes it whispers, sometimes it smiles, and sometimes it waits until you're locked in before it starts tightening its grip. GloRilla started to feel the shift, conversations that felt less supportive and more controlling, expectations that weren't written on paper but were loud in tone, a sense that her success came with invisible strings. Meanwhile, Yo Gotti's presence became heavier, not just as a label head, but as a man who wanted influence beyond music. People around them noticed it, the way he hovered, the way he spoke for her in rooms she could speak in herself. At first, it was brushed off as protection, guidance, but protection can start to feel like possession when you can't breathe. The fans didn't see that part yet. All they saw was GloRilla winning and Yo Gotti standing close, always nearby, always watching. And that's where the story really started to turn. But here's the twist. The breakup didn't start with a fight. It didn't start with a scandal caught on camera. It started quietly, with GloRilla pulling back, less smiling, less energy when his name came up, settled distance that only people paying close attention could feel. And Yo Gotti, he noticed. Control slipping always makes the loudest noise in silence. Then one day, GloRilla spoke. Not in a messy rant, not in a viral meltdown, just honesty. She said she left because she felt boxed in, because she felt like her voice was getting smaller while her career was getting bigger, because respect started to feel conditional, and because she realized something painful. Her success was starting to scare the very person who was supposed to support it. That's when everything exploded. Yo Gotti didn't clap back online. He didn't drag her name publicly, but insiders say he spiraled behind closed doors, furious, shocked, embarrassed, because GloRilla didn't just leave, she explained why. And in doing so, she flipped the power dynamic. The narrative was no longer his to control. What nobody expected was how emotional it got. Yo Gotti wasn't used to being the one walked away from, especially not by someone he helped build, especially not by a woman who refused to stay quiet for the sake of peace. His calls went unanswered, his messages left unread, meetings canceled. The silence he once mastered was now being used against him. And that silence drove him crazy. People close to the situation say he felt betrayed, not just personally, but publicly, because GloRilla didn't paint him as a villain, but she didn't protect his image either. She chose herself. And for a man used to loyalty being tied to opportunity, that cut deep. Fans started connecting dots. Old clips resurfaced, moments where GloRilla looked uncomfortable, interviews where Yo Gotti talked over her, jokes that didn't land, smiles that looked forced. Suddenly, the internet saw what she meant, and once the crowd saw it, Yo Gotti couldn't unsee it either. His behavior changed, less composed, more reactive, subtle shots in interviews, passive-aggressive comments about gratitude and loyalty. It was giving hurt, not boss. And the more he tried to regain control, the more it slipped through his fingers. Meanwhile, GloRilla kept moving, touring, performing, glowing. She didn't look back. No messy posts, no dragging, just growth. And that might have been the hardest part for him to watch, because she didn't crumble without him. She expanded. The industry noticed too. Doors opened. Collaborations came in. People respected her courage. Walking away from power is never easy, especially when that power helped put you on. But she did it anyway. And that sent a message louder than any diss track ever could. Yo Gotti's freakout wasn't loud, but it was real. Friends say he felt exposed, like the curtain had been pulled back on a dynamic he thought he controlled. And once the truth was out, there was no rewriting it. GloRilla didn't need to exaggerate. Her calm honesty did all the damage on its own. The emotional impact hit hard. GloRilla talked about the stress, the anxiety, the feeling of losing herself, about nights questioning her worth, about realizing success means nothing if you can't stand comfortably in it. She chose peace over proximity to power, and that choice cost her, but it also freed her. For Yo Gotti, it was a public ego check. Watching someone he once guided become independent, outspoken, and unafraid shook him. Not because she lied, but because she told the truth, and the truth didn't flatter him. Family dynamics shifted, business relationships grew tense, trust was questioned, and for the first time in a long time, Yo Gotti wasn't the one steering the story. He was reacting to it. And Yo Gotti, he learned the hard way that control isn't love, and power doesn't guarantee loyalty. Because when someone finds their voice, there's nothing more dangerous than the truth. This story isn't over. The tension still lingers, the industry is still watching, and every move from here on out will be dissected. But one thing is clear, GloRilla walked away with her head high, and Yo Gotti, he's still dealing with the echo of a truth he never expected to hear out loud. And when the noise finally dies down, this story leaves us sitting with an uncomfortable truth. Not every breakup is about love fading. Sometimes it's about power being challenged. GloRilla didn't just walk away from a relationship or a situation. She walked away from a version of herself that was shrinking to make someone else comfortable. And that kind of decision doesn't come easy. It comes with fear, guilt, and the risk of losing everything you worked for. What makes this hit harder is that she didn't burn the bridge, she didn't scream, she didn't expose private details for clout. She simply told her truth and kept moving. And that silence, that growth, that's what hurt the most. Because when someone thrives without you, it forces you to face what you really brought to their life: support or control. For Yo Gotti, this moment became a mirror, a reminder that influence doesn't equal ownership, and success doesn't give you the right to dim someone else's light. Watching GloRilla rise without him wasn't just humbling, it was haunting. The freakout wasn't about losing her, it was about losing control of the story. And for GloRilla, this chapter marked a turning point. She chose herself, even when it was uncomfortable, even when it was risky, even when people told her to stay quiet and be grateful. She proved that real strength isn't loud, it's steady. It's walking away and still standing tall. So the real question isn't who was right or wrong. The real question is this: how many people stay stuck in situations that no longer serve them just to protect someone else's ego? GloRilla answered that with action. And whether people love her or criticize her, one thing is undeniable: she took her power back. And once that happens, there's no going back.